positions, and I know it's something that is very, very important for me, and my suspicion is probably important for you too. So let's listen in. All right, I need to set up a little thing here so I can monitor myself. I am using my microphone that likes to flake out a little bit. So, all right, here we are. Okay, stress. This is a huge thing, right? And all of us have a certain amount of stress that we deal with on a day-to-day basis. Um, Many of us are in situations, in jobs, in businesses, in families, right, that have huge amounts of stress. And this can be both a positive and a negative thing, right? So, what I want to do is kind of go through the atomic triad and how do you deal with stress based on that, right? Um, because here's the deal: stress when you're doing something you love is called passion. Stress when you're doing something you don't like is burnout. It leads to burnout, right? So it can be a positive or negative thing. And I've been there so many times, right? A year ago I was in a job that was literally killing me, right? And the stress levels were crazy. I had a team of 35 people, and just it was a pressure cooker, and I had lost the passion for what I was doing, and it was just I couldn't sleep. I had, felt like had anxiety. It's like all of these crazy things. And, so I really had to look for, how do I manage this? How do I take care of myself so that I don't die? Right? So the first thing for me was to look at the atomic triad, and like the self mastery piece of life balance, spiritual, mental, physical, right? So on a spiritual level, what do I need to do, right? And this is where like the mindset and the altering how we're looking at things makes all the difference in the world, right? um because it's really it comes down to, what do we believe, right? If we are, God, I can't believe I got to do this again, this is horrible, right? Then that's what you're going to be feeding more of into your life, right? So if we can change how we're looking at things, if we can change the perspective, right, of going after our purpose and finding some passion in the work that we're doing, it makes it becomes a shift. There's still the pressure there, but it's not so soul rending, if you know what I mean. Um, and one of the big things that really helped me there was doing gratitude sessions, right? And uh, I can't remember who said it, but you can't be uh anxious and grateful at the same time, right? And so I would do these kind of meditation, um mindfulness exercise, where I would go through the life balance, all nine life balance areas, and what am I grateful for in each of those, right? What am I grateful for spiritually? And list them out, right? What am I grateful for mentally? I'm grateful for my mind. I'm grateful for my learning. I'm grateful for, right? And then my physical body. Even if you're not like super happy with how you look, I'm grateful that I have a heart that beats without me having to think about it. I'm grateful for being able to breathe. I'm grateful for being able to walk. I'm grateful for, right, and just go through all of the things that you're grateful for your physical body, for your family, for your friends, for the difference that you get to make in the world, right? And what's funny is even as I'm going through this right now, I'm feeling the tension drain out of my body, right? Because getting here, doing this is stressful for me, right? Um, mm, I'm naturally an introvert, right? Getting in front of the stage is has some challenges, right? But even going through this now, explaining it, I feel better, right? So, how do you make a difference in the world? Grateful for the financial knowledge that I have, that I understand how money works, and that, right, and that I have a job, I have a way to make income. I'm grateful for all of the things that I have, the house that I live in, the car that I drive, right? And you go through those 9 areas and talk about all of the things that you're grateful for in all 9 of those, and the stress drains away. It's like, yeah, I am so blessed, right? And we all are. Yes, there are things that we wish could be better. We want other things. We, would might like to have a better boss, or you might like to have a better job, or you might like to have, right? But what you have is pretty good, right? Even when it's not, it still is, right? There you could be far worse off. So that's our spiritual foundation of how do we get rid of some of the stress and some of the strain that comes from these high pressure situations. The next is the framework, right? This is the mental, the intellectual growth. It's like, how can we create frameworks that reduce our stress, right? This is time management. This is um, things like the Pomodoro technique, things that will let you prioritize and come to terms with all of the work that you have to do, right? And some of my clients that have been through high stress situations, and I talk about how do what you can do, right? And don't try to do more than that, right? Understand what your limitations are and then prioritize accordingly. Here's the stuff that has to get done, right? Here are the things that should get done. Here are the things that would be great to get done, right? And you start with your biggest one thing, right? And you do that, and you understand, find what your limits are, and you stop there. We're not working until 2 or 3 in the morning. You know, on occasion, right? On occasion you need to, but in general, no. Do what you can do and no more. And having that boundary, being able to say no is a huge issue or a huge relief for that stress and strain on your body. Okay. Um, and one of the other pieces of this is, and it's something that I still work on, is figuring out what is giving you the most anxiety and the most stress, and what is the lesson and what that needs to be learned from that, and what framework can we use to resolve that particular issue, right? Focus on those things that are the most stressful and work through those. Okay. um, so yeah, so we've got to build these frameworks and systems to help our help reduce the stress and strain of the job, the business, the what have you, right? um, and then lastly, the manifestation, physical health. We got to take care of our bodies, right? um, your diet, your exercise, your what you're doing. If look at it this way, the physical energy we have is the fuel that allows us to get things done, right? If you don't have proper energy in your body, your brain's not going to work. If you haven't gone out for a walk, right? It doesn't have to be, go to the gym for 3 hours, right? Take a walk. Go in the morning, walk around your block, right? Just getting out clears the mind. if you're having a really rough day, right? And it's like you feel the stress on you and it's really intense, step away. That's one of the reasons why I like the Pomodoro technique when you can use it, right? There's sometimes where we're on meetings back to back to back to back, right? Where you don't have 20 minutes to focus on something. But even on the when you've got those meetings back to back and you're on a Zoom call or whatever, you can take it on your phone, right? You can grab your phone, you can take one meeting and walk around while you're on that meeting. Get a good noise canceling Bluetooth set and get out while you're up, right? I've done it so many times and it really is helpful, even on those days where you're back to back. But if you're not, take a break. 5 minutes, 10 minutes can absolutely change the trajectory of your day. Use your physical body, use breathing, right? Like, right? A deep breath, one deep breath can change your physical state, right? And was it Tony Robbins says that your physiology impacts your psychology, right? If you want to sit like this, you're going to be depressed, right? If you stand up big, you're going to feel better. Use your physical body to change your mental state, and that can help reduce your stress, the strain that stress is putting on your body. Make sense? All right. So, you use the atomic triad, foundation, framework, manifestation, our spirit, mind, and body, and you take care of each of those pieces, and it will reduce the overall stress that you're dealing with, or rather the strain that the stress is putting on you, right? Because again, I go back to, if you're doing something that you like to do, that you're okay with, stress is a good thing. It's passion, right? If you're in a place where you're just not in a good place, and stress is strain, stress is burnout, stress is bad, right? So we have to get to the point where we are happy with the stress that we have, and that we're managing it well, that we're taking care of our physical body, that we're being grateful, right? And that we're looking at what are the frameworks that we need that will help. That is how we deal with stress, right? It's take care of our spirit, take care of our mind, take care of our body. Let our purpose guide us to positive things. And that is how we live our life to the third power and we don't burn out. Hope this helps. If so, definitely message me in the comments. Um, Also, these are the kinds of things that we will be talking about in the roundtable that is coming up. Be launching that here in a few weeks. If you want to be one of the founders, to where you'll go through um, all of the trainings that I'm doing for it live, then you need to go over to Third Power Performance, sign up for the newsletter, because I'm sending out that email. Should be next week. That's the introductory for the founding members. I'm super excited for it. It's going to be a lot of fun. So if you want to be a founding member for the roundtable, get your what's it? Get your night on, right? Um, then go sign up. I know you want to. All right, my friends. I'm going to go play with my sword and get some stress out. Get ready for my day, and keep living your life to the third power. And I will talk to you tomorrow.